ده بقى الظهر بقى ده هتعمل فيه ايه؟
Hi
ما
ladies,
المفروض
good evening, good
انا
afternoon.
مضطرة اطير عشان انا
طب
عندي
يلا
ميتنج.
طب يلا
بس هاجي اشرح
اوكي
لحضرتك
خلاص
الظهر ده هنعمل فيه ايه بالظبط. Hello.
Hi, how's everybody
Hello.
doing?
How does it feel to be a grandma?
Like, I can't explain it. You're just gonna have to find out when you find out. It's
I
like,
can't wait.
oh, I mean, it's definitely what everybody tells you. It's like, you know, مش عارفة. It's like you really feel the miracle of it, of a like a human, a baby, a life. Like you feel it more than when we had our own kids. I don't even know how that's possible. And I don't know. I was telling my husband and my other kids the other day. I didn't think it was possible for me to love another child again or like more or like as mine. But oh my gosh, ladies. Yeah. Yeah,
حلو.
inshallah, all of you get to experience this. I don't know. Everybody's at just sort of
ان
different
شاء الله.
stages in their lives, but yeah. Today is actually the first day. They just came home from the hospital this morning, actually. Here.
واو الحمد لله على السلامة.
Allah يسلمك.
الحمد
Thank
لله
you.
على السلامة.
So it's just been our first day at home with him, and it's going to be our first night with him today.
Good
So
luck.
that's going to be
ايوه
the
good
life.
luck.
Yeah, thank you. How have you all been? Today's our last session, ladies, our last Q&A. Then Tuesday, we just have a fun celebration session. So bring on all the final questions for us to cover for you today. Who wants to start?
I can't believe it's been 3 months,
I
actually.
know, right? I can't believe it either. It went by so fast.
Yes.
I don't know where the time went, but I've really enjoyed uh, being on this journey with all of you ladies for sure, especially the ones who I get to see on a weekly basis at the beginning on a daily basis, and I get to really, really see the transformation and see the shifts and see the struggle and see how you overcame it and see the what happens on the other side of the struggle. So yeah, it's been wonderful.
I enjoyed every moment.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Dana, I have a question.
Please.
So I haven't really gotten into the product routine yet, like the beauty products, all the shampoos, the toothpaste. I don't really use a lot. I mean, it's just really basic.
Okay.
But I was trying to focus on like the food and the workouts, and then get into that. How critical, my condition, my fibroids, and what how critical is that, or to what I have?
It's critical for everybody, whether you have an existing condition or not. Obviously, if you have an existing condition, it means your endocrine system is already compromised, okay, which means that it's adding to the load. If you have absolutely nothing wrong with you and you're using all conventional products, they will eventually lead to your endocrine system becoming overloaded. They're just as strong a contributing factor as all the toxins you get from food. Even they're actually even a little bit, I want to say a little bit worse, because when you apply things on your skin is a breathable organ. So it literally will absorb the products into your bloodstream in about 26 seconds. At least when you eat something, it takes a few hours, right, for your body to digest it. It goes through the stomach, the intestines, the process of, breaking things apart, and then absorption, and then distribution. With these products, you don't have these steps, you don't have these buffers. It just goes straight from your skin to your bloodstream to your organs. So if you are, don't let this, I'm giving you the full answer, right? So don't let this overwhelm you. Choose one to start with, right? Though I would say the one that is the most frequent, which tends to be the facial, right? Because we do that morning and night, every single day, twice a day. Maybe only wash your hair twice a week, for example, right? So that's not something that's a daily thing. But anything that you're doing on a daily basis, regular basis, more than one time, choose one of those and start to switch out the products for that.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. Hi, Maria, hello. Sorry, can't open the camera because I'm outside. I have a question. For the magnesium supplement, should I commit to the dosage outlined on the bottle, or is it enough to take one pill before bed? Do the dosage on the bottle, Maria. Yes. Hi, Sally. Hi, Dana. Is it okay to feel that I don't want to eat so much for iftar, especially at suhoor? Whenever by this point in the program, all of you understand your body, you understand your hunger cues, you are eating mindfully. So when you feel like maybe you need a little bit more, you'll eat a little bit more. When you feel like, you know what, I'm not so hungry today, I'm not so hungry at this meal, you will. If there's a bit of emotional eating, you've tapped into that. Even if you go ahead and fulfill the emotional need with food, at least you've created that awareness around it. So it's definitely okay for you to feel like you don't want to eat that much. Listen to your body. This is why we've done all that work from the beginning until now to reach this stage of mindful eating, which includes not giving your body food if your body's saying, I don't want it. That's totally okay. What do you think about imtinan herbal teas like celery with parsley? You know, generally, I don't, they're dehydrated. Like the whole benefit of celery specifically, right, is the liquid that you get from it, any fruit or any vegetable. So anytime you dehydrate it, so even like dried fruits, right, you dehydrate it, you take away the liquid gold, which is the vitamins and the minerals and the enzymes and the antioxidants and all the healing powers. You're left with the dry, dead powder. Will give you maybe a little bit of fiber, but there's nothing really healing there at all. Go for the fresh stuff. What foods contain copper? Okay, there's a big list of that. If you want me to share this list, tag me in the group. But copper, avocados, guava, pomegranate, blackberries, kiwi, mango, pineapple, apricots, bananas, potatoes, peas, spinach, asparagus, parsley, fish, sunflower seeds, almonds, mushrooms, tomatoes. So if you've basically been eating how we've been eating on the program, you've been eating almost everything, all of the fruits and vegetables we've been eating have copper in them. And if you want me to copy paste that list for you in the group, Sally, please tag me in a post. You're welcome, Maria. Reham, how can we store ginger considering that it shouldn't be fridged? If you have a big bowl of fruits in your kitchen, like bananas or whatever, just stick it next to that. Yep, on your counter. Anybody else, ladies?
I have a lot of questions.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. I want to ask first how your daughter is doing right now. I hope she's better.
She's better. We came home from the hospital today and then we actually took a little walk. So it was nice for her to get out and walk. And then it's going to be our first night with the baby tonight. So we'll see how we're going to do.
Inshallah, it will go well.
Inshallah. Thank you.
I want to ask you about something. So last time you told me if I just like because of my IBS and bloating issues to stick to like soups and smoothies and all that, and you send me like the clean eating juices.
Yes.
However, I have like it's a more of an observation than question that
Okay.
whenever I integrate, especially broccoli and asparagus, I tend to have a lot of bloating.
Yeah.
I react less when it comes to bloating to mushrooms, for example, but when it comes to the rest of the vegetables that are recommended,
Yeah.
I found like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, any of it, I found my bloating to be really increasing and it's really disturbing.
Yeah.
So moving forward, if I want to do soups, can I remove them and only add mushrooms?
No, because the reason you're feeling that discomfort is because they are clearing all the pathogens and the bacteria that create IBS. So they're very powerful. They're what we call gut scrubbers. Like all fruits and vegetables are gut scrubbers, but these are quite intense gut scrubbers. So if when you remove them, you're going to feel better. The bloating is going to go away, but not because the broccoli and the asparagus were causing the problem, but because you stopped the healing process.
Okay.
So are you like sautéing them or roasting them and then blending them? How are you doing it?
Yes, like for example, currently I'm doing the detox I'm sorry, what pesto vegetable soup.
Okay.
So I just add them to the soup because I cannot eat them raw, and you recommended like to
Yeah.
avoid the raw for a while.
Yeah.
So I add them to the soup and then I blend all of the ingredients together, and it's like a creamy sort of a soup. So it's
Okay.
easier for me to swallow, to eat, etc.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Eventually, as the pathogens die off, as the bacteria dies off, what you're feeling now, we call it the die off of these the pathogens that shouldn't be in there. So the broccoli and the asparagus, Brussels sprouts, they literally go in there to clear it out. And you feel, and then they kill them and sort of, you know, vacuum them out of your body. So we call that process die off. So this is what you're feeling, is the process of die off. What can help with that potentially is to put a little bit of cumin maybe with as you're cooking them. And you can also help by having lemon water either before or after by 30 minutes if it's still very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Okay. If I want to do any other soups, like if I got bored from the pesto one,
Yeah.
so I follow any soup and then I remove the ingredients. Like if there is something like pine nuts or any other one from the avoid list, especially that I'm doing deep detoxing for a very good while.
Yeah. Any vegetable soup, you know, I think I mentioned to you in the email that like a very simple base, which is saute some onions and garlic with your vegetable of choice. It can be like you can do a mono vegetable soup or a mix. Anything you want will go in there. Broccoli, potatoes, zucchini, like whatever vegetables you enjoy, anything you want to make. That's the basic recipes. Some garlic, some onions, and the vegetable saute together, blend. Any vegetable combination will work that way. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots. You
And
might
I
have a
blend
bit of relief with like a sweet potato or potato soup for a while. It will still be cleansing, but they're not as bloating as the broccoli. So maybe you want to alternate one day this, one day this, so you're not always very bloated.
But if I'm doing the deep detoxing, is it okay if I kept adding sweet potatoes, especially because I found them to be very comforting when I integrate them into my food?
Yeah, I would say for you, no problem. Do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I came across something interesting as I was going through the group yesterday. So you had like that list of not mixed food, and then you had said that we cannot mix bananas with strawberries.
I said that?
Yeah.
How did I say that? Oh,
I don't
in the
know.
very strict rules. And then I said, I don't follow those rules, right? If you would have read the
Okay.
rest of the comments, I said, I don't follow those rules. This is if you're getting really, really, really like nitpicking, right? And really getting technical. Because somebody was asking me like the difference between acidic fruits and, you know, she read somewhere that you shouldn't mix acidic fruits with alkaline fruits. So I gave her, you know, what those rules are, the theory is, right? And then I said, I've never followed those. When it
Okay,
comes
so
to the
you
only,
need to follow them.
no. It's too much. I would say the only people who might need to do that, okay, potentially cancer patients who are doing a full-on 6 to 8 months of just fruits to heal. So we'd get very specific, but not anybody who's just doing a deep detox and just trying to eat healthy and just trying to eat clean and just trying to incorporate more fruits and vegetables. I mean, that would be more of, I think, a deterrent if we put so many rules. Nobody would do it.
Okay, makes sense. The last question I have, actually not the last one, but one of the ones I have currently, is that our acne is a specific indicator if it came into a certain part of the body. Like, for example, if it's in my back, in my belly, whatever, because one other observation I had recently is that I have had forehead acne for like as long as I can remember, like since I was almost 14. So we are talking about more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
So is this an indication of a certain like symptom to a certain organ, or is it just like acne is acne?
Liver. And we know you have IBS, both of them go back to the liver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gut issue, digestive system issue, goes back to the liver. The liver can't filter out toxins, so it filters them out through the dermis, the skin. They're called dermatoxins, and they can show up as acne, they can show up as eczema, psoriasis, rashes, any type of skin issue. Rosacea. Those are all just different names for the same root cause. Dermatologists have to give them a fancy name, but the treatment for all of these is the same thing. It's to fix the liver and remove the inflammatory foods.
Okay, and it doesn't matter where the acne is.
No,
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, what are you using topically, right? So what are you
I
using?
stopped using any of the commercial products, especially for my face. I still do for my hair
Okay.
because it's getting very greasy and dandruff and all of this. But for my face and all of my skincare routine, I just followed like the natural ones.
Okay, very good. Riham, I remember you said that we shouldn't have smoked salmon because they are raw. So no, smoked salmon is not completely raw, but the smoking process makes them more potentially carcinogenic, cancer causing, that whole smoking process. So anything that's smoked, not just salmon. So that's the problem with smoked salmon. Herring, I think, and obviously once in a while, yes. I think herring is fully cooked, isn't it?
I think so. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
fully
It is
cooked.
cooked.
Yeah, but is
Okay.
it smoked?
Some of them are, but some
Mm,
of them
mm, mm.
are
If it's
not.
smoked, anything that's smoked
Okay.
is going to carry the carcinogenic potential. Yeah.
What's herring معلش بالعربي؟
Ringa,
Ringa.
basically.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Sally, how long does it take to heal the liver? I'm not really on the track during Ramadan. Will it affect my liver recovery considering I have an H. pylori? I don't get it why sometimes you have to remove sweet potato and potatoes. So it can take a very long time to heal the liver, especially if you've been dealing with a condition for many, many, many years. So any one of the chronic conditions slash hormonal conditions will have a connection to an overloaded, overburdened liver. So it could take a few years, like to really, really heal it. This is why it's not just about doing a 21-day detox or even a 3-month detox. Really, what you've learned here are the steps to keep you going, to continue to heal your liver. It's an ongoing process. If you have H. pylori, 100%, this goes back to the liver. If it's ongoing, like if it's something where it comes and goes, then that means the liver has never really fully healed. It's never gotten rid of it. So anytime you're going to find yourself in a situation like Ramadan or travels, whatever it is, that is going to take you a few steps back. It will. But we always say that is part of the healing process. It is about a few steps forward, one step back, a few steps forward, one step back. If you're finding, though, that your steps back are more than your steps forward, then this is where you need to take stock, right? And this is where you need to like take a stand for yourself and say, right, it's time to get more disciplined because yes, it will affect the healing process. It will affect the liver recovery. And the sweet potatoes and potatoes because there's nothing wrong with them at all. But if I tell everybody from the very beginning it's okay to have sweet potatoes and potatoes, then nobody's going to have broccoli, nobody's going to have Brussels sprouts, nobody's going to have asparagus. I promise you. If I was doing this detox for the first time and somebody told me, here's potatoes, here's sweet potatoes, here's broccoli, here's asparagus, and I've never had really broccoli or asparagus before, of course I'm just going to eat potatoes. So we just want to switch up your taste buds, clear your palate, have you get to a point where you enjoy broccoli, asparagus, and all the vegetables that you're not used to, because we know you love potatoes, and then you can bring in the potatoes as much as you like. Can we use the canned coconut cream in our soups? Yes, just check your ingredients with coconut milk, especially. They sometimes have an ingredient called carrageenan, which is also a carcinogenic, and sometimes they have funny I don't know if they're preservatives or colors or what, but they have like a letter and then a number. So it'll be like E something. And it's like it's not something you're going to recognize. So when you see those ingredients, choose another brand. But you can definitely do that. Coconut cream, though, it's a fat, but it's a good fat. It might be a bit too heavy for your liver, so pay attention. If you feel nauseous, if it gives you diarrhea, if it gives you a headache, that means your liver had a bit of a hard time processing it. No other questions, ladies? How
I have
about
a
red kidney
question
beans?
regarding. Okay.
Sorry, let me just answer. Who was
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Dina. So generally, Dina, you don't want anything that comes in a can, anything, right? Because you don't know how long it's been in that can. There's 1,000,000% it's got preservatives, and it literally can have been in that can for a year or more before you even get to it. Okay, so it's not ideal. If, let's say, every once in a while you want to use it in a recipe for ease, instead of preparing it from scratch, you just want to make sure you rinse it really, really, really well. And you're going to notice when you rinse it, it gets frothy. It gets like this bubbles on it. Those are the chemicals that are in it. So you want to really, 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 really wash it very, very well. Otherwise, find them dry. Soak them overnight with some apple cider vinegar or lemon juice so they can release the phytic acid. Because red kidney beans, like lentils, like food, like any beans, contains phytic acid, even in its most pure natural form. And phytic acid is an anti-nutrient, which means it gets in the way of your body absorbing other amazing nutrients you're getting from all the fruits and vegetables. So it's not something to have on a regular basis. Sally, some people drink olive oil or coconut oil in the morning. Is it healthy and white or apple vinegar? No, I mean, these are the things that you see, like the trends and the fads. The liver cannot handle fats in the morning, especially, okay, maybe the people who are doing this are younger, maybe they don't have chronic conditions, but if you are somebody who's got a chronic condition, thyroid, fibroids, any kind of autoimmune, acne, you name it, all the ladies in this group, means your liver is compromised. Liver cannot break down fats anyway, right? Any time of day, we have to be very careful with them, but especially first thing in the morning. And definitely not apple cider vinegar because you are basically, what does vinegar do? It pickles things, right? It rots things. So why would you take it first thing in the morning and rot your liver? So, no.
I have a question regarding the superfood supplements,
Yep.
especially I don't know the grass powder. How we can integrate it into our daily routine if we are to do like me, just smoothies and soups.
For any of these powders, whether it's ashwagandha powder, spirulina powder, barley juice powder, um, maca powder, moringa powder, any of these, the easiest way, and you can put them all together if you want, and if the taste is okay for you, a teaspoon in your morning smoothie. Blend it with your morning smoothie. That's the easiest way.
Just a teaspoon and that's it.
Just a teaspoon. Yeah.
Okay, as for all of the other supplements, I just take one tablet per day, right?
Yes. Whatever it is you're taking, you take according to the dose on the bottle of the brand that you're taking. And whatever it is you're taking, I would also take after, like right after you finish drinking your smoothie, with the exception of magnesium, because that might make you sleepy. Take that at night, but everything else you can take in the morning with your smoothie.
But if I were to start, are there specific ones that you would recommend? I already started with the zinc and vitamin D because
Okay.
these were the most accessible for me when I'm here.
Yeah.
As for the magnesium and the rest, they were not very accessible, so I might integrate them like one by one. So
I would say the only one that you might need again is magnesium. I've given you the list so for your own knowledge, but you don't actually need any supplement when you're healing, I always recommend to start with magnesium. For you, I would say yes, okay, vitamin D and zinc, okay, but you don't need to go through the whole list and buy all of those supplements and be taking them.
Okay. Even after healing or
Yeah.
after healing it's
Yeah,
different.
especially after healing, because the whole point of healing, letting the body heal naturally, is not needing a lot of external support, right? So whatever it is that any condition any of you have is not because you are deficient in supplements. Yes, you might be deficient in magnesium, you might be deficient in zinc, but the original source of all of these is food. You're deficient in lots of different vitamins and minerals, you're deficient in enzymes, you're deficient in antioxidants, you're deficient in the raw materials that your cells need to thrive. And that doesn't come from supplements. So we always have to create a very strong foundation with food first, okay? Then once we're further on down the journey, 5 months, 6 months, if you feel like something is still off or you feel like something still needs tweaking, then we can look at that list and see, right, let's add this in, let's add this in. But I always say magnesium as a general rule is one that everybody can start with, because it's called the master mineral. And it is, even when you take all of these other supplements, it needs magnesium for them to be properly, optimally used by the body.
I have another dumb question,
No,
but
there's no
just
question that's dumb. Ladies, come on. 3 months in, there's no question that's dumb.
But I know I asked this before, but just because, when I'm traveling, so this time, like when I'm in Dubai, I eat only just, saute on the iftar when I was going out, in a business sort of iftar.
Okay.
But then my body reacted in a very sort of reactive way. And then I thought about it, like when I reflected about it, like what happened, I didn't really eat except fruit salad, and that's it. I actually sauteed and that's it. So I thought maybe it was cooked with like sunflower oil or maybe any kind of vegetable oil.
Yes.
So my question would be, especially that I'm traveling a lot and most of the time it's not really accessible for me, or actually not like the kind of accessible, but it's not logic to spend all of my day only on dates, because this is the only thing I can carry all of the day. I can carry fruits, obviously. And then even during like dinner and lunch, I cannot have anything. I know I asked you about this before,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying it's dumb.
Yeah.
But given your experience, since you have been doing this for years, what would you do in such situation, or what would you recommend, like if I'm, especially during Ramadan or any other normal day?
Well, when you say you travel frequently, what's frequently out of the whole year?
Like every 2 weeks, I'm in a different country. So
That's
for
a
me,
lot.
it's not really,
That's a lot.
sometimes I travel to random countries. Like I was in Romania 3 weeks ago. So for me, I it's not really the same countries where you can, test and know what are accessible and what is not.
That's very challenging because, I mean, for me, and I'm always very transparent with this. When I travel, my average is maybe every 2 months or something, I'll take a trip. So I don't worry too much about it. If I'm going away for like 5 days, a week, every 2 months, I know I have a routine in the morning. If I'm going someplace I've been to before, I've always know where I can go find my things. If I'm going someplace new, I don't sweat it. I don't worry about it. Your situation is definitely unique. Your safest bet is always going to be whenever you can find fruits, right? Whenever you can find juices or smoothies, and these are available all over the world now, right? Whenever you can find, I mean, right now I know you're deep detoxing, but every once in a while, if you find yourself without options, the safest option that you can find anywhere is a very simple grilled piece of protein with a side salad that you can say, either give it to me without anything, or I know I've had some clients, because sometimes you can be in a restaurant in Egypt or abroad and say, just give me a lemon and olive oil vinaigrette, and it won't be olive oil. It'll be a seed oil. So I do have some clients who just, if that's the issue and they're out a lot, they will take their own dressing with them and just ask for a salad without anything on it, and then add their own dressing with just a plain piece of grilled protein. Because yeah, you do the risk of anything sauteed is going to be in seed oil. Having something that is just a salad raw and you bring your own dressing, that might be something you have to sort of get yourself into the habit of doing.
Okay, but are there like specific quantities that I need to take? Because obviously, if I haven't eaten all day,
Yeah.
I found like no matter how much like smoothies or juices or fruits I take in, I just still feel very tired, very sleepy. It's not like what I have in the normal routine. And of course, I do only lemon water right now. Like I don't have access to celery or cucumber. I
Yeah.
cannot blend or whatever.
Well, keep in mind that if you're deep detoxing and you're just having juices and smoothies, you're not going to be tired because it's not enough nutrients. You're going to be tired because that's a detox withdrawal symptom.
Okay, makes
So the
sense.
body's detoxing on a very deep level. So yeah, especially if it's just fruits, just raw, that's very deep detoxing. Your withdrawal symptoms will last longer. They might be more intense and will last longer than somebody who's doing a combination of fruits and vegetables and cooked and raw. If it's all raw, lots of fruits all day, juices and smoothies, yeah, you're going to feel tired, headaches, maybe not able to sleep.
But why is that? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
Eventually, you'll feel amazing. But at the beginning, these are very, very strong, deep detoxing fruits. And they go much deeper, much faster than anytime you have a combination of cooked and raw.
Okay. I have one last question. So if I'm feeling like, okay, tired and sleepy and all of this, and I have like a very important meeting, because when I ask you about the situation, like it happened to me many times before, and I really want something that would like give me a lot of energy to be able to continue the day. Other than this, are there specific fruits or vegetables or anything that would you recommend in this situation?
There's nothing that gives energy like fruits. But I think with you right now, because you're still very much in the middle of your healing process, right? So there's nothing that we can sort of do to boost your energy on the spot because your body's still in healing mode. Like it's in a big healing process that requires energy, takes energy away from your body in order to do that. I mean, celery juice. I don't know if you noticed, but when you take celery juice, there is an instant boost of energy 15 or 20 minutes after taking celery juice. So that might be something that you can do.
Okay. My one last request, it's not a question, it's a request. Can we close the group like before Eid, or just push it a couple of days so I'd be able to copy and paste the material, because it's impossible for me given like my work routine right now to do it.
Eid is when? Sunday or Monday or when of next week?
I don't know.
I've
I
lost
think,
track of all days.
Either Sunday or Monday, probably Sunday.
yeah,
Okay.
probably
Then
Sunday.
I can push it. It's supposed to be closed end of day Thursday. I can push it end of day Saturday. So the day,
Saturday?
whatever the day is before Eid. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
And you
thank
know
you.
what? I guess I can just leave it open until بعد العيد. I could
I would love that.
definitely I could be like, very out of it and forget to do it on Thursday. So we can just say, I can just leave it until leave it open for in the Eid. But obviously I won't be posting anything, and then I'll shut it after Eid.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, no problem. Reham, later on when there's no celery, can we just have lemon water and the smoothie for the morning routine? Yes, you can do that. You're welcome, Sally. Okay. So I'll go in, I have some scheduled posts. I'll go in and change that and just say I'll just extend it 1 week. So instead of Thursday, I'll extend it to the following Thursday. Can we freeze the celery before juicing or whole? I don't know about whole, Reham. I know you can
Like
juice
the
it.
whole bunch, like wash it. Yeah, wash it, cut it, and
Mm.
then just sit in an airtight maybe bag, and then just take some like the frozen veggies.
Try. What are you gonna
I
lose?
think it will be very watery.
Okay.
It,
It might be when you come to juice
I
it, it
think
might
so.
be.
Mm.
But I wouldn't say it's gonna lose benefit. Might just be a different texture. Not very, you know, I don't know. Try it. Try it before you make a whole bunch, freeze a little bit, maybe for a couple of days, and then try it and see what
Okay.
happens. Yeah.
What if we juice it and keep it frozen, Dana?
No, that's fine. So if you
That's
juice
fine.
it, yeah, you can either keep it in I would recommend Ziploc bags, like don't put it in
Yeah.
jars because they have exploded. So you can juice it, put it, and sort of squeeze out the air as you close the Ziploc bag so there's no air stuck inside it. You can definitely do that if you juice it ahead of time.
Okay.
No, Sally, it won't. Freezing it won't. If you juice it on the spot, put it in a Ziploc bag, get all the air out of it, put it in the freezer, you won't.
I have a question regarding freezing fruits and vegetables. Like, for how long can we freeze them?
I don't think I've ever, the only ones
Like, is it open or is there like a recommended?
no, I don't think it's open because sometimes I have like a whole bunch of bananas, so I chop them up and put them in the freezer thinking I'll use them and then I forget. And then I think I come back a few months later and they're not usable. Yeah, so I would say maximum maybe a month.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that goes for the smoothie too. If I'm preparing the smoothie, I can do like 1 month and then
Yeah. I never left smoothies or like chopped up vegetables for smoothies or like ingredients more than 2 weeks.
okay.
Once there's no celery, Dana, can we have the cucumber juice,
Yes,
or
you
is
can
it
also
not the
do-
same?
Nothing is exactly like celery, but it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can do cucumber juice instead.
With apple or with the like we had with the juicing
You
day,
can
or
make
just
it, no, you can make it with apple, you can make it with lemon, by this point you can start making your own little green juice combinations in the morning.
Okay.
I have another question.
Go.
I'm sorry, I came in like I started to be active really late, so
No, don't apologize. Go.
yeah. If I have a bladder issue,
Mm.
what can help with that? Especially with the like after my morning routine, I
Mm.
tend to like going to like very, very frequent urination and I cannot control it sometimes.
So a lot, or is it painful?
Sometimes it's painful lately.
Okay. So a lot of times what happens is the body will clear toxins, through the bladder. And even like sometimes a urinary tract infection is nothing more than bacteria and pathogens coming out through the bladder and the urethra. So if that's happening, that's just a good sign that your body's clearing. Especially if it's happening in the morning after your lemon, after your celery, after your smoothie, yeah, that's just a lot of flushing. Lots of flushing.
Okay, so there's nothing I can really do to ease it down.
I mean, the only thing might be to maybe leave a little bit more time between the morning drinks. But other than that, eliminating the body knows what it needs to do. So if it needs to eliminate urine, diarrhea, pooping a few times a day, then it does that. It's not necessarily a sign that there's something wrong.
I have a question regarding pooping.
Yeah.
If I don't consume any whole fruits or vegetables or anything, and I still poop, what is that? Like I found it to be very, I don't know, very weird.
Why?
I don't know, because I think that when I consume soups and smoothies, I'm supposed to urinate only, that what makes more sense for me. I don't know.
No, I mean, remember what I told you, your body anyway is a blender and a juicer. So even if you were to consume the fruits and vegetables that are in your juices and in your smoothies, if you were to consume them all whole, okay, what your body is going to do, it's going to process them, it's going to extract all of the liquids from them, okay? It's going to blend them and absorb what it needs and eliminate what it doesn't. So in all cases, your body's doing the reason we have the juices and the smoothies is just so that the body does a little bit of less work. That's all. But don't forget, everybody here has a backed up system. Everybody has years and years and years of backed up poop in their system. So what's actually coming out is not just the juices and not just the smoothies. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but when I was in coaching school, one of the ladies in our class went and she was detoxing, and then she went and I think she did a colonic irrigation or something like to help it along, okay? And she did several sessions. I forget the details, but in the end, she pooped out a little blue Barbie shoe that she had swallowed when she was 7 years old, and she was in her 40s at the time. So there's literally kilos and kilos and miles of poop in all of us. So what you're seeing pushed out is not just what you ate that day. You're clearing your intestines and your system from years ago. I mean, it's not a nice thought, but I mean, that's what's happening.
Quite interesting.
Yeah. I've been having clear white vaginal discharges lately, which is unusual for me. Is that a detox symptom? Yes, it could be. Also keep track of it. Is it happening during ovulation or is it happening right before menstruation? Keep track of it so that you can see every month if there's a correlation. And if there's, keep track of the foods you're eating at the same time as well. You're welcome. All good, ladies? All right. Tuesday is just a celebration class. We're going to talk about your wins. We're going to talk about your breakthroughs. I'm sure we'll have a few, last minute questions that will come in there, but that's not going to be the focus. So make sure to come into the group this week with any other questions that might come up for you. On Wednesday, after we have our last class, I'll reshare the link for the YouTube playlist so that you can save that and you can have it to watch whatever you need. I will extend then the deadline for the group from this Thursday into the following Thursday. And then, so please make sure you go through, download, copy, paste, anything that you need. But I will not be available. My last day will be Thursday. So I'll keep the group open, but I will not be available after Thursday or for questions or anything like that. So please reach out to me by Thursday. All right, ladies? Amazing. I will see you all again on Tuesday, same time, same place. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
You too.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye.